Thank you, Susie. I was waiting for you to change the topic so that I don't have any association with that. Now it's a better timing. I came after Michael's topic, not after the previous topic.
Oh, okay.
So I appreciate your time, all of you here. I do have a packed agenda for you. My name is Ash Mufareh. I am your friend, and I would like to make your time worthy and give you informative session here. And oh boy, where do I begin? I do want to thank the speakers here. You are always looking sharp, and I appreciate your attendance, your time here. I do appreciate the founders who are listening live right now, and those who will listen in the future. I certainly want to give you the value you deserve for the time. In the meantime, I want to thank our team in Hyderabad. Had about 3 hour session with them just ahead of this today, and was really productive. And with the different departments and managers, so we have to give it to them for the commitment level, for the dedication. Uh, I hear the word our business, our company. I don't hear anything else. They take ownership of what we do. They want to protect it. They are becoming more innovative to make sure that everything is as expected and better. So I want to give a big thank you for our teams in the different departments in India, as well in UAE, specifically in Dubai, with a very special thank you to the nuclear engineer, Muhammad Kamal, for his tireless nights and days with us, for being the greatest support, for being a wonderful asset to all of us in ONPASSIVE and for humanity. Therefore, I want to thank you each one individually, but we will take a while because you are all wonderful and you all have put something into this. If you are here, you are special. If you are in ONPASSIVE, it's for a reason, and we value that. That's what made us. I have zero chance of succeeding on my own. Period. Without you, we go nowhere. Without our teams, we go nowhere. So it takes a large team. The bigger the dream, the bigger the team. And what Robin just said, I do agree with that. You know, we together we are basically an ocean. Individually, we are drops like nothing. So we make a big force and nothing we cannot achieve when we're together. Because of that, I get more excited every day about the progress, the accomplishment, the mindset change. There is a pure transition. There is a genuine transformation and paradigm shift that is occurring right now because of ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE is a great brand. It's a household brand, in fact, and I believe we got to the point where we can really be dominant. And I'm going to talk about the domination and branding aspect in a bit, but I think you are more here to understand more specifics and more details. I do want to share with you the agenda ahead. I want to make sure everybody knows that we will have our last display on Burj Khalifa for the month of April, this coming Saturday. So the last day of the month and the last day in the holy month of Ramadan, and the next day it will be a holiday. So evening will be more of a festive and a celebration for us on that magnificent tower where we have our offices. Now, moving forward, we have a if you recall the 30th, March 30th event, I do remember that. We have something different on the last weekend of May, and it's likely to be on Saturday, the 28th. I'm sorry for those who will miss it, but it will be on the 28th. It's going to be on a Saturday, tentatively. If we have to do it on Friday for reasons not preferred, but Saturday is where we are working on. So it would be on a Saturday, and it's not going to be in Burj Khalifa, or maybe that's just an add-on, okay? But it's going to be another something unique. It only happened with one company before, and happened for one single company. You're going to start guessing, you're going to start researching. That company is Mercedes-Benz, okay? Mercedes. It happened with them, and ONPASSIVE will be the second, all right? But with the combination that we're having, it's bigger than Mercedes, it's bigger than any other company. What we have on the 28th of May. Don't forget, we still have a way to go until then, because you know, a good month plus. But this coming Saturday, we will have a great, you know, finish for the month. We're better, right? Where could it be? So, and then in the first half of June, we will have another global historical event, like never been done before, okay? And that event is going to acquire the attention of millions. All right, and that's when ONPASSIVE can be seen from the sky. So that is the first half of things are progressing. We are not, you know, giving up. We are not wearing out. In fact, we are just warming up because you pick up energy when you see the many incredible minds and how they have stepped up. If you agree with me, many of them, whether what Mari DeGarmo has done in the last couple of days, like it's hard to keep up with them, or you know the team of 360, or you know Gersminder, what he mentioned about the teams in India. Perhaps the energy is staggering. It is mounting, and it's perfect for the timing and for what to come. So I think we have good clarity on the schedule, the agenda. Now that's on the events side. Now after that, and in between, there could be some, I want to call them I don't want to call them usual because they're not usual. Help me out, Susie. So we can call them
unique.
Not really. More they are just you know,
extravaganza.
Maintenance. Yeah, maintenance. So we will have the you know, the maintenance here and there in between. But afterward, we are shifting our focus on other areas globally. Okay, it's going to be a very hot summer, very hot. Okay, now in the meantime, we have so many places to report from. Now, you know, Dubai is no secret, though we've been working on it for a while. In fact, we have been working with the designers for 6 months. Yes, we have been paying. Okay, and obviously, since we got the 134th floor, it's been 6 months. And you just got to know like 3 weeks ago. Shame. Okay, that's not me. And when we took it, we searched for the best design companies in the world. Okay, because it's right now shell and core. There's nothing in there, bone. All right. and we've got some good designs and visuals, and it's nothing short of royal. Okay, that's what goes there. In fact, it makes me nervous because that is such a elevated standard. You don't want to compromise it. You don't want to do any less in another location. So the cost is something crazy, and the creativity and the companies are up to the when you see their work, you will be blown away. So that will take a couple of months. Okay, it's not a quick project; it takes time, and but I do believe we have settled on the design company. We've had obviously we've been interviewing several and getting some layout and sketches and this and that, and now finally we decided on the. It took us about 6 months, no joke. That's how crazy sensitive is the location, and you want to be up to the mark, and if not even crush all the records. So this will be a place to visit. I don't think millions will visit that place, to be clear, okay? Though we would prefer, but if we do a quick math, if we allow on the average 100 of us to visit that office every week, it's roughly 5,000 a year. So 10 years, 50,000. Do the math, okay? So we understand it's a workplace, and we need to make. We didn't take it for show. We took it for work, for inventions and for creativity, and we want to put it to use. So we cannot have, it's not a zoo, to be honest with you. So we cannot have a good flow, a big flow every day to it. So what I'm trying to say, those who really need to be there and deserve to be there, we will make sure they will, have a permission at least once. All right. It's a very symbolic place, not just for us, but even for the country and for the world. And for that importance, we want to make sure that we don't make it a distraction to the surrounding. Okay, but if you have been committed, if you have been a loyal founder, if you have the desire, if your heart with us, it's not a specific talent or skill that you may have. I think, thanks to the pre-launch period, it's given us the ability to gather a lot of data. And we have so many things we never shared with you. So there's something called blacklist. So for example, if somebody asks for a refund, there's a big chance not only they're not going to be, well, we understand they will never be a founder, but also there's a big chance they will never be able to become a user of ONPASSIVE. That's one thing. So the other thing is, if somebody ever, said something negative and they remain a founder, by law, we're just keeping that, but they didn't violate to where we can suspend them, though we have the right. Okay, but we will obviously have the right not to serve them in other, products and services. So yeah, they will have a 1 year with us. So it's likely to get more restricted to the founders, and don't take it as a negative thing. It's because of the value of the founder's position. Just the name alone is way more than that, because we often take it for the price. We often take it because it's just easy, and we take it for granted. So we were very gracious to allow a lot of people to come in, and then we realized some really are not a good fit, and we wish they would leave. And by all means, we're not keeping their money, just to be clear. So their money, before they're terminated, it's in their bank account. So they take the money and go. We have no interest of having them as partners in business. It's that simple. So there's a blacklist. You can measure on that how many categories would fall on it, and there are, obviously the core and the pros and the action takers, the doers, the go-getters. Okay, so we have been piling data. We know all the activities publicly, whether on social media or specifically on YouTube. We know the activities inside. It's very easy. It's in our house, and we are, filled with the the statistics and data and reports. So it's not going to be tough for us to decide who would be the first 100 to enter that building. It's not going to be tough for us to determine, the next segment and so forth. Okay, but logically, founders would have a higher odd and a bigger priority than those who would come even years down the road. Right? This is our building, this is our property in a way, not the whole building. Who knows? But we're crazy. but not specifically that building. There are tenants in there anyway. But I'm proud of the accomplishment of everybody, and it's just a great moment to cherish and enjoy. So with that, we are actually expanding in Dubai, and we are expanding in India and other countries. Just exactly like what you see in Dubai, there's another major progress that we've had, and you are going to find out in a historical event. We are making a mark, and there's going to be in marketing, there's going to be marketing 101, okay, sales 102, economy 103. You can all have all that, but there will be a lesson, there will be a class, there will be a course in every business school called ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE marketing, the ONPASSIVE model, the ONPASSIVE innovation, ONPASSIVE style, ONPASSIVE culture. We will become the school, okay, not the student. And that is something. Okay, so moving forward, if you like more information, I can share with you.
Yes, please.
We do.
Okay, let's talk about the back office. So back office, you will no longer see the detailed genealogy for multiple levels. It's simply because we're not multi-level marketing company. Okay, that is way overdue. It doesn't take a genius. And we purposely wanted to let you know after we do it, after we make all those, because there's no need for whatsoever association with multiple levels or the team structure that you have. Okay. Now, this is not in any way affecting the pay plan or the pay structure that we have envisioned right now, which is not finalized, okay? But we have obviously some scope of that, okay? And it is not multi-level, but what we had in the back office, it is a direct connection with multi-level marketing or structure. And this is not who we are. So it becomes completely irrelevant. We don't want to have it. If you have a team of 5, okay, you are going to have a team of 5. If you made 5 sales, you're going to have 5 sales. Those 5, one of them is Peter Sroor, okay, he has 15. He knows he has 15. It doesn't take a genius to know there's no data is wasted. We have all the data, we have it all the levels, okay? But it just, for the user connection. There's no need for you to see the count or correlate what we have with a multi-level structure. Okay, right from the beginning, ONPASSIVE was a multi-level marketing potential digital marketing company. That has completely changed. We have evolved way bigger than that. It's a good thing. Now, some people, maybe they get uncomfortable to grow above their competence. And that can be a little bit intimidating, which is fine. But it doesn't mean for the voice of the minority or those who are unwilling to grow, we're going to make a decision that we believe that will change the shape of Earth. Okay? You've got to say that word, will change the shape of Earth. How is that? It's not going to be with a product or a digital product. It's not going to be with a poster or a screen. It's not going to be with a theory. It's not going to be with talk. I'm talking physically reshape Earth. Okay, mark my word. Ash Mufareh. Okay, today's date, November. So what is it today? Okay, April 25th, 2022. Okay, ONPASSIVE will reshape the planet physically. Add the word physically. It's crazy. And because of that, I'm unwilling on the other side to listen to some whispers or short breath or someone with a lower stamina and weaker commitment or whatever reasons. I have a bigger motive to go all the way. If I know some way that will impact humanity and reshape the planet in a so much positive way, would I surrender and get affected by someone's temporarily measly situation, or we go, or include in mine, or do I go with a bigger value? Everything is going to change because of ONPASSIVE. Okay, I mean, the internet is one thing, but you can write those words, okay? And I'm going to share with you right now. Everything around you right now, look around you right now, physically, look around you. Like, take a look left and right. Your place, if you're in a car, everything is going to change. Beyond the 5 billion internet population, everything is going to change. Your sight, the brightness of the place, the smell of it, the purity of the oxygen, everything is going to change. Not something will change, everything is going to change. Everything is going to change. We had 2 prototypes successfully accomplished, 100% on the way to be patented before you know them, of course, for anyone knows them. And we have a few more. Once we finish those, we have some labs are being worked on, equipments. Once we finish those and test them for a specific period of time and do all the logistics, it's going to be a true global revolution from the core of Earth all the way to the sky. Everything will change. Everything will change. No joke about that. It's beyond marketing. It's beyond digital. It's beyond the internet. It's beyond money. It's beyond everything. It's everything. Everything will change. So we don't have a small mission, and I don't have tolerance, nor time, nor desire, nor appetite to cater and entertain to pity thinkers. I have a much bigger mission that entails the human race for hundreds of years, if not more, to come. And I'm not looking at the clock. I'm not looking at a couple of dollars. I'm not looking at a comment on YouTube. Understand, I have a much larger priority in my life. Okay? As Susie rightfully said, not that we are careless or senseless in a way. It just, we have bigger priorities and it's not useful for our sanity. So we choose to focus on what's important, okay? We have limited time and we just want to make it count. So because of that, because of what happened in Dubai, because what's happening in other places, I hope you understand the amount of work we put in this is not normal. The amount of loyalty and commitment to this is unparalleled, never happened before. And it will not happen again. So we invite you to give us the benefit of the doubt, and not just when we are on the screen, that's when we're working. That's when we're taking break from work just to get you up to speed, okay? When we're not here, things are happening. When we're here, we technically, you know, give you the time just to update you. So understand, we cannot be here 24 hours. We cannot be here every day. And don't think our presence is where, you know, that's where you rely in your motivation, or just, I don't have to repeat it. Take it one time. We will reshape the planet. We will be the most effective, influential company ever existed. It's done. It's over. There's no chance to rethink that. It's too late to analyze it. All right. So you could save your time and your mental energy for better stuff, or you could waste it and struggle of to understand, you know, the depth of what we have. So the choice is yours. You could choose to ride along and trust what we're doing is not typical, and it's good for you, it's good for the generations to come. Or you could take it as, let me see this program, I'm, you know, purposely saying the word program, and let me see, okay, so I can go to the next one. That's not going to dictate our direction or our pace, no matter what happened, okay? Don't think somebody's anxiety is going to speed up the process or slow it. It's not going to affect it. It's not going to affect it. We're good at keeping that aside. You know, we're just adding data about the person's behavior. It's going to only affect on, reflect on them, not on us. Okay, because the quality of our products is not going to be in any way rushed or, you know, made a decision based on profitability. Yeah, let's go. You know, we can make a ton of money now. No. So I have good news for you, but when I start, it may sound like negative, okay? So hold on, okay? Just a second and hear me out. ONPASSIVE today is not ready to launch to where we want it to go, okay? ONPASSIVE, as your traditional businesses or companies, is far beyond ready because of what we believe will happen. The momentum, the volume, all of that, it takes more preparation. I am not preparing for 1 million. For God's sake, we have more than 1 million now. So it's not another company. And if you know something about what we do, is we don't build something and like completely jeopardize it. No, we build on it. We build on it. We compound our progress. So the next thing is going to be bigger. Okay. And we cannot let go. We are only stacking the cool. We don't compromise our goals and dreams. ONPASSIVE is a done deal. ONPASSIVE, what you know, what our staff know separately is a tiny, tiny bit. You're going to have to put me, you're going to have to put every one of us and blend our brains, and that extract that you come up with, maybe we have an idea how big is this. So don't take it in any way disrespectfully that you don't know. I sometimes have to, oh, and this and that. So it's hard, it's a big stretched vision. It's vast. So I have to compress it to be able to observe it myself. Okay. So don't judge but what you know. Don't judge but what you know. By what you know, I'm sorry. You have to give us the benefit of the doubt. What if there is another 90% that you don't know? I'm being generous, assuming you know 10%. What if there's another 90% that you don't know? Is this a business? Never seen a business like that. Is it a movement? Some of it. Is it a revolution? Is it a paradigm shift? Yeah, all of those. Put them together, it's ONPASSIVE. It's one thing. It's ONPASSIVE. The craziest thing ever existed. Okay. And is it possible to be shut down because somebody's YouTube or somebody's complaint? Is that going to work? No. Like Charles mentioned, don't give them the click, don't give them the view. They're not after the truth. They know the truth. Who are we? Who are they? Are they anyone? Okay. So just completely, the biggest punishment for the ignorant and for ignorance is ignore them. The biggest punishment for ignorance is when you ignore them. Just ignore them. Don't get tackled by that. So okay. So we told you something about expanding and filling the building in Hyderabad. Next Tuesday, you know, Monday is going to be a holiday. It's Eid festival, and it's not a working day in Hyderabad. Tuesday, we are kicking off the final sprint to max out our building, the one you know in Hyderabad. That building that you know, it will be maxed out. We are finalizing some logistics there, like a local clinic within, because you know it will be a big traffic, big crowd every day there. So it'll be a rest area like sleeping pods, junior or O junior section, and prayer or prayers for all the different you know segments. And yeah, so there's some like physical modifications to the building, all right, taking place in the coming days, preparing for the completion and the fulfillment of our staff. So we are going to go staffing on Tuesday. until it's done. We're going to go Tuesday, this coming Tuesday. All right, roughly 10 days from today, or not even a week from today. All right, so if you do the math, this is something. Why are we preparing? Why are we maxing out one building? Okay. By the way, the Burj Khalifa offices are for selected leaders and experts positions. Okay, only a few will be there, but we are closing another building in the internet city, Dubai Internet City. We will announce it, and it's a huge place. All right, similar to the one in Hyderabad, but more modern. The building newer, more newer construction, and also we're going to go on fulfilling that. All right, and there are more locations that you will come to know by June. You will know them. So all of that is in preparation for the commercial sales of ONPASSIVE. We cannot go commercially. No, and what if there's 1 billion people will come within a year? What if? It may not happen. Not going to be upset. It's not a goal I have. It's not an intention I have. But I have an obligation. I have to be prepared. How many companies you know, and how many dumb businessmen you know that they got business more than they expected, and for that reason they failed? How foolish is that? Do you want us to be like that? But all the signs are pushing in that direction. ONPASSIVE could break some records. It could go viral. We're just getting the marketing going on. Remember, I'm going to talk about marketing now and more about the calculation of our subscription. So no one is going to be responsible for that failure other than the company itself. And all of us will take the credit when we succeed. It's just a beautiful thing. Why not? Okay, so we want to do our obligation and be prepared for the projected massive growth. We are going to be very specific about who we allow in our business. It's that valuable where you get to choose if you want to accept everybody just like that, or you're going to have some criteria, qualification. If you understand, we're not going after the money, but at least we're an ethical company and we want to attract only the like-minded people and users, and positive at least for their own sake. So this is what's going to happen exactly. All right. I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen. Okay. In the coming weeks, you're going to discover ONPASSIVE in multiple countries, big headquarters, big, large buildings. Okay. Large amount of partners. I avoid the word employees. They are business partners. Okay. They do exactly what we do. They care about the business exactly, and they have every right to to monetize in the same fashion. So it's right to call them partners. So our business partners, they're a big crowd. Eventually, the number is going to be hard to count. And all of that because we're delegating different departments, different locations. And because of that, we are preparing for something historical. The marketing campaigns are being deployed, and then we will close the only position that we have open in ONPASSIVE right now, a founding member for $97, that will be closed permanently. We will make sure everything is approved, tested 100%, all the different products, and we're going to package them in the best possible way that is good first for the user. Secondly, that it makes sense for the company, therefore the founders. But the priority is going to be more what's best for the customer, what's the highest value, what's the most user-friendly flow and procedure, okay? At the lowest cost, save them more time. So we shut down this. We have the go for the products. Then we go commercially. Commercially meaning the public will be able to buy them, whether from our direct marketing or you have the ability to become a reseller, referral, okay, or an affiliate, okay, and share your business or account if you want to do that. You certainly don't have to. You could at least choose, if you wish, to allow the company pay you. Our pay structure is beyond clever. It's beyond brilliant. It's beyond smart. It is insanely genius, okay? That it makes sense. Everybody in a quick time will at least break even, and there's nothing out of pocket. That alone is already going to stabilize the planet, okay? So the quicker you get to the green color in your wallet, the quicker, the more sustainability we'll have long term. And I'm talking about every one of us. To my knowledge, from what I know, mark my word, everyone will be in green from day one. From day one. You become a customer, you pay, day one, you're going to have green there in the wallet. What a good way to test it. Green meaning money, okay? Just to be clear with some of you. Not talking about spinach, okay, or broccoli. If that's the case, then things are going to compound. There is your effort. If you decide, there are the founders' campaigns. Those are just for testing and for creativity. Those are bonuses. You did not pay for those. But with the subscription, there is paid marketing, meaning guaranteed visitors. It's not whatever comes up, it's guaranteed visitors. So the work is done from the design, from the hosting, from the 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 merchants, all of that integration. You sign up, you're in, you're perfectly fine. Follow me? I'm glad. So here's what's going to happen. How much you're going to make. Don't dare to question that. Okay. So whatever the governments, the global financial system allow us to do, we will do it. I have zero intention of keeping any of that other than the company. But personally, okay, so there's going to be, I just mentioned to you, buildings, staff, data centers, operations, equipments, services, expenses, overhead. Got to pay all of that before you blink. Pay all of that. Pay for the guaranteed visitors. So I want Chris Johnson, Julie Wynn to have, 3 visitors today based on this package. 120 visitors a month or something, okay? That portion is going to be added. So you add based on the number we have. It looks, no matter how you flip it, only an idiot will spoil this. So based on the number we have, we are able to have good leverage, good a good margin, if you wish. Okay, meaning we pay a little bit for the or a portion for the overhead, a percentage. Okay, from the 100%. So now we paid everything. Another segment is going to go to the marketing, advertisement. Done. Okay. We will make sure that you are, those who choose to become affiliates with ONPASSIVE, basically they don't mind making this something basic in their life, a priority in their life, and they choose to become resellers, then we will calculate how much from the 100% remained. And we're not going to split. We're going to give you more than the company. So let's say we spent so far, just to keep it easy, okay, we spent so far 50% on marketing or 60%. The company is not going to take 20% and you take 20%. You will take more than the company. I'm saying that on the record. The government of the United States and India is listening. Okay, so that is on the record, just that you know. So this is whatever they allow us. Now, the back office is not going to be where you will miss how to track your growth. You're not recruiting. It's not a team-based payment. So that's why I want you to okay, there will be sales. All right. So the sales that you make directly, whether it's a subscription or you sell a product or a retail, anything. Okay, we're going to talk about that more now. So you're going to take that profit, and there's going to be the direct one, whatever you make, or the company manages to do the work on your behalf. Understand, we're building the technologies, the products, okay, and we are sending traffic to it. So however you flip it, we're doing the work, okay? If you choose not to do the work, there's still a possibility, no guarantee that you are going to have growth, okay? Growth in sales. Perhaps if you are motivated and you want to do that by yourself, it doesn't take one. It's compounded. Your effort, the company's effort, and there is the team effort collectively. So you see, so it doesn't matter how many and generations and levels, that is irrelevant. But there's a team volume that will add to your potential earnings. So every time there is a sale, you're going to know in your back office, there's a statement live in real time. You just made a sale, you're going to get a notification, your email, you're going to get tired of them. Your phone, you're going to get notification, you just had a commission because of this sale. Previously, we thought we're going to give you the name of the individual, the subscription, all of that. That becomes irrelevant now. You're just going to know. There's no level mentioned. There is no mention of what is exactly. It's just going to say the package and the amount. You're going to see $25. You're going to see this because of this package, that package, or whatever the code of that product. So don't think people, don't think joinees, don't think, tree or any of that. That is completely gone. Why? Because we chose that. We understand how systems function now. And we have the experts with us. So it is advisable that we don't have any connection with those structures. It's for your sustainability, for the betterment. If the company want to crash and just want to have a quick show and we work in just normal term, we would keep that and we would be arrogant and we don't listen and we move on, and then next year we would have challenges. And stop your work and finish investigation and all of that. Do you want to go there? Okay. So if you trust that what we do is for long term, in fact, for lifelong and legacy, that we don't have one tiny loophole. If we discover one, of course we will work on it. We will sort it out, no problem. But as of now, we are preparing for global acceptance and going viral on every aspect, mechanically, equipment, personnel, human resources, okay, legality, all of that. Okay, so keep the statement, I said it publicly, technically it's public now. Whatever the global system and economy allow us, we will do it. Without violating, without crossing the line, or even becoming questionable. Okay, we want to make sure everybody's happy so that you and I don't have to go check the website when we wake up. Okay, it will be there. And let our teams work around the clock to protect your business, to have your website. So, to our understanding up until this point in the progress in the game, okay, as long as you have viable products, usable, and the customers are using them, and they agree on the cost, and then they become resellers. as a secondary element, not the main thing. And then you have a profit margin. It's your money. You want to open a penguin farm, you can do that. You want to share it with your loved one, that is the founders or resellers, it's absolutely permitted. So we want to stay in that lane and that line, and nothing. Remember, you don't see the code. Governments see the code. They have the right to access all the reports, back offices, cPanels, all the data. They can force us. Okay, so they have that. So what's not encrypted? I'm not talking about your communication or chat or email with your contacts. That is encrypted. I'm talking about the pay structure. I'm talking about the volume. All of that will be seen. Therefore, we're making sure that they will be pleased with their discovery. And we're making sure it is audited, it is pre-vetted, like not when we go take a look and now we find out. No. So when we tell you we are going live for the commercial, meaning everything has been checked already and nothing to worry about. Okay, so the way we do business is different. It's not like we go and we learn as we, okay, then next day we find something in the mail, or okay, we don't want to do that, right? We're doing it progressively, proactively. So I think the pay plan is very simple, and it is the most generous, and it's the most sustainable. You don't want a quick rush and the next day you don't find to eat, because it stinks when you have a lifestyle and then you're going to have to drop back. So whatever we achieve, it has to be compounded. My key, I don't know, stuck with me, compounded. It has to be evergreen, leverage. So we don't want to use the estimate of $300 cost anymore. What we know now, instead of giving projections, what we know now is $97. We know for you to buy the products or to buy the packages, there will be a cost. Hasn't been decided. We previously thought it is up to $300 or so. And another good news, it sounds bad on the surface. It might not be that much. So it's not going to be that. So don't say it. It might be less. You don't have to say how much it is. It really not, it hasn't been determined. Okay. Our goal, the more affordable, the better. We want to have every single one on this planet to have access to our products and values. There will be so much freebies and things, you know, as a guest, you can come in, you can enjoy them. And there would be obviously commercial level, like enterprise, there would be business level, there would be individuals. So whatever we can, you know, make it affordable, it will be better. So bad news, it might not be $300. Good news, it might be less. So what's the news? We don't know yet. It's only projection. So let's not get in there, okay? But I'm telling you our goal, what we are planning. Okay. And by the way, we have taken the time to remove everything that mentioned the pay structure in the back office, previously known as the 3-by matrix. Okay, so that has been removed from all the old videos. Have been removed. We have updated all the links under my links. We have updated the download section. If you go back, there's no posters, there's nothing talking about. Okay, so we are preparing for that public revolution. Okay, so there's no mixing between ONPASSIVE and other, models. We are a unique model with a genuine value, very ethical, and we do the right things always. So products-wise, one great accomplishment will affect so many of our products is the facial recognition. That was a challenge. We are debugging it in the final stages. Another accomplishment as of today, we have completed the production 100% in OConnect. Complete is going to be tested now locally. So in the upcoming days, we're going to start using that internally, us, the teams. So we're going to use that, and then we will allow some founders while we complete the first data center we are working on. Once the first data center is complete, we will open it for the founders for just the remaining time that we can have it tested by you, just to put volume on it. So this will be unmetered, unlimited, obviously, and we will play with it. And obviously, in ONPASSIVE, it will be available with the subscriptions. All right, but you will have a chance to see it before the public. And facial recognition is a part of many products, as you may know. Our staff attendance, the Academy, so many things that we have. It's our own in-house organic technology. We did not buy a software. We did not borrow. Everything was made by our engineers. Another thing that we will be given another car in the first part of May. I want to mention to you that along with the staffing you heard, also there will be the compliance team. We are expanding that under the legal department, where there will be internal and external vetting for the behavior of our founders. That must be compliance, and compliance simply being positive, not leak the proprietary information, and just be a good user of our business. Any abuse, there will not be any suspension. There's no suspension, okay, or we don't suspend the violation or the compliance issues. Those are specifically going to be terminated without any prior notice or a chance or rectify. It's just you go, the account is completely permanently terminated, and don't worry about the $97. It will be returned before we hit the termination. All right, it's crazy. So why we're doing all of that and the preparation, I'm going to end up with this. Why we're doing that, why we okay, just open Ash, okay? Just open, start selling and collect money. You're going to make a ton of money and all of that, okay? We listen, but we don't have to implement, okay? We listen to more than one opinion, and there's not one way to do business. There are definitely more than one way to get to Rome. As long as we get there, okay, safely. I do believe that for the time that we put, the patience we exhibited so far, it is well worth it to go all the way. Not like, okay, we're almost there and just like, okay, let's kind of sweep it under the rug and go. I understand the more we're not open for the public, the more resistance we have. It's normal, natural. But stay with me. That resistance that you have is not life-threatening. We're maintaining that and we can overcome. And I guarantee they will be shut down. Don't you think we have a couple of geeks with all the people we have? Okay. So there's no technical ability is far from us. There's no technical ability. I'm going to give you an example. Let me give you YouTube as the right to protect my property that is ONPASSIVE and my business. We have the ability, any word that comes out, say on our list, say the word scam. We have the ability to push that video to be unlisted. You try to push it live and we make it unlisted. So, but again, we have the legal routes. So those charges that talked about them, they make a few pennies here and there. Bad news, they're going to put them back. Court costs. And they must lawyer up, okay? Because we're not going to listen, we pay hundreds of employees and they make a living because of ONPASSIVE. They have children, they have schools, they have medical needs, they have all of that. We have been working here tirelessly around the clock. We've taken so much, ugly stuff. Okay, we went to hell and came back. Okay, that's how tough it is. It's not easy. And it's the dream and the hope, not only for the people that they are in it, yourself, and they know about it, but those who will appreciate it, will come or will be impacted, even they don't have to come in the business. So all of that, do you think we're just gonna allow one evil, sick, uneducated loser to steal that dream or value or destroy it? Now, I'm not a person that goes and rival with people. No, it's not. But because it's an obligation to protect our legacy, the life of hundreds, thousands, millions to come. It's an obligation. We cannot let anybody steal that. It's the food of many. So do you think we're just gonna entertain that? No. Our teams are going vigorously and they will stop it. Okay? If you are talking about free press and all that BS, okay? Yeah. Okay. We're talking about slander. Is ONPASSIVE a scam? Is it illegal? Is it shutting down and all that? So It is not. It's a real company that is obviously legalized everywhere. For several years already, under the sun, and some rats from the dark, they're like barking. We're not going to allow it. So when they do that, it's a damage for the life of those people who are earning their bread from us. It does affect them because what they're doing is false accusation, is slander, which is criminal. It's a damage. It's a business damage that's very, very costly. We're a real company. Falsely, baselessly, they're saying you're not. Okay, and they know the truth. They can find the truth. They can come. They can go anywhere. Okay, and find the truth. It's not difficult. How are we allowed to be with such volume and attention? Do you think this is not being watched? It's no joke. So that's why we cannot allow somebody to really destroy the cost, the money, the hard work that we put in this. All of us, and the life and the future and the hope for not just us, for those who will come. It's their only chance. For God's sake, which company do you think is going to work? Which company from those tech giants, and I appreciate them, I use them, okay, but do they have any chance for the little man, for average Joe? Or do they have any mercy for humanity or the planet? We're the only hope. And for somebody to come and destroy it, welcome. All right. So take that away. So our compliance will go very aggressive. Not that it's my personality, my culture, my character. It's not. But for the business stability and for the sake of our dreams collectively, we have to do what we have to do. Sometimes tough love, tough decision. And when ONPASSIVE is a brand, it will make it much easier for all of us. That's what we're working on right now. There are different levels of commercial. Okay, there is advertisement, and there is marketing, and there is branding, and there's domination. Advertisement is easy. Unless you know marketing, you will not get the most from your advertisement. Advertisement has no culture. It's transactional, it's quick, it's on the spot. I have a good sale going on my potatoes. 2 pounds, buy 2 and we give you 1 free, something like that. That is quick. Okay, that is advertisement. So you just put an ad, you get an instant decision. You don't have to analyze all of that. So with ONPASSIVE, just want to tell you how we apply all of this. So there will be advertisement, but we enjoy marketing. And as you know, we are already establishing our brand. Tony Robbins is a brand. It's not the course that he has. It's not the product that he has. He is a brand. Muhammad Ali is not a boxer. He's a brand. Michael Jordan is a brand. Apple is a brand. Donald Trump is a brand. Burj Khalifa is a brand. Okay, it's not the details. Okay, so there are people. Victoria's Secret is a brand. You pay for the brand. Gucci, all those fashion lines. The brand is the value. So at the moment, we're having a mix of the three. We are having advertisement, like a billboard on the main streets in Dubai. That's an advertisement. What we're doing in Burj Khalifa and the mall and all of that, that's branding. When you have a domain name and they come to the domain name and we have a strategic process, a funnel that we follow up with them, that is what? Marketing. So you heard the gurus, they tell you it takes a few exposures to make a sale. It's more complicated than that. So in which way? It takes a combination of exposures and different mediums to have a sale, especially if you're talking a long-term commitment like a subscription. It would be insane for a company like ONPASSIVE to have a display one time on Burj Khalifa and we expect magic. This is going to go on for years, for months to come. It's a brand. It becomes a cultural thing. Not going to be in one billboard, not going to be in one newspaper, in one magazine. One campaign we just did in India, I think they will be happy now. ONPASSIVE, paid publications, okay, paid advertisement. As of now, went to work 5 digital, 5 printed. The following week, we're gonna have the top, those are the top 10 publications in India featuring ONPASSIVE, paid. The following one, already in queue, India has 28 states. The top publication within their local language is going to also feature ONPASSIVE. So now this is what? Spreading the message, advertising. Essentially, you're branding yourself. We're branding. It becomes ONPASSIVE. Regardless of the product's details, I just want to be in. That's a brand. When you have brand, automatically, once you build the brand, automatically you go to domination. So when we're known by a leading company in digital systems and applications, we're a leading company in lifting up humanity, we're a leading company in education, we're a leading company in all of that, okay? Or generously generating wealth. You become the brand, so you become domination. So if we dominate the market within those areas, you own everything basically. So how many exposures does it take for a sales to be made? It depends on your demographic, who you're targeting, and the product itself, and the nature of the sales. Is it like a one-time sale? Is it a quick, payment? Is it a commitment? Is it something easy? Like, is it a detergent? You don't have to be a genius. Like, okay, you just try it, you like it, you don't like it, you don't buy it again. Or is it a complete business model that you have to learn more about it? It takes time. You follow that? Okay. So personally, I don't know if you know, I'm a tough sale. Like, I don't easily buy unnecessarily, so I take my time to make a decision, especially, not just because of spending the money. I'm going to spend time, or if it's something I really can commit to. So I take my time. I don't think 3-4 exposures would be enough. You're going to have to follow up with me. But I know something with the tools and systems in ONPASSIVE, you're going to have the ability, when we put those prospects under your control in a way, you'll be able to follow up with them. And that's what will be the determinant factor when you follow up with people. You often go home, you saw something, you're interested, but you never heard back from them. You forget it. Memory goes down every day. Unless I remind you. But if I have the brand, if I live in Dubai, if I live in India, if I live in other places now, and Susie McRae followed with me, and she told me, or she told me to take a look. She didn't even follow up with me. But I see that name everywhere. Wow. That's when you have a brand and you become dominant. So it's taken us this effort, and don't expect anything on the surface, because this is not advertising. It's called marketing campaigns. Okay, it's called branding. Okay, nothing's going to happen the first week or month. It takes time, but once it kicks off, you will be selective about your audience. And we are quickly, before we open to the public, we are building that brand. So your life is going to be very easy if you choose to utilize the tools, and it will be fun. So I do believe the medium that you use to follow up with, the personal touch, and it's not about how aggressive, it's about how friendly and perceptive it is. You don't want to push. This is a lifelong journey, so we are very delicate when it comes to the approach. Little by little, build the brand, make it likable. They're doing unique things. They're doing Oh Bless. They're doing, good for humanity. It's a new tool. I love it. It's unlimited, all of that. You touch the heart. It is a brilliant company I want to be a part of, like whatever they sell. And they join you, they join your culture, the movement and the brand before they even care about the product or the details. What do we call this? Marketing excellence. And we are there already. We are building the brand. Okay, why Burj Khalifa? The brand, the name, the image, the creativity, authority. Okay. So if we talk about the laws of wealth, okay, we check every one of them. And again, I'm not saying something that is theoretical or my understanding to wealth, okay, to acquire wealth. There are some basics or laws, like you cannot dispute them. Like you have to have a desirable value product. Okay, do we have a product or dozens that are highly in demand? Uh, a big deal, believe it or not, okay, that have multiple income streams. You cannot have one stream of income and think you're going to be wealthy. Let's go and analyze all the wealthy people. The wealthiest man, why don't go far? Who's the wealthiest man? Just touched Elon Musk. $283 billion. One man. Tesla, SpaceX, PayPal, trying to get Twitter. How many other, products? So not one stream. You cannot be wealthy with one stream. That's exactly the structure of ONPASSIVE. Not one product, valuable product, many of them. Each one can generate stream revenue. And the ability to have OMART, O-commerce, the team stream, the physical products. Do we have the basics and the basis of wealth? Got to have multiple income streams, unlimited. Don't tell me you can make this much per month. That's a money game, okay? No. Make a sale, you get paid. Doesn't matter when and how many. Make a sale, you get paid, period. And then obviously knowledge is something that you have to have. And I don't mean you have to have a PhD or, okay, master's degree. You just have the proper knowledge to make a decision, because it's all about timing and positioning. So if you are positioned at this moment, this timing with ONPASSIVE, and you are you have the knowledge or the awareness to be in this company, you basically checked all the boxes of wealth. You got the value, the products, high demand. You got multiple income streams. You have the awareness of something historical that is happening, remarkable business, and you are positioned right in the beginning. That's a big deal. All right. So this is all I had to say for today. And I did basically give you an idea about where we are. If you didn't get it, it's forgive my poor eloquency. I know the leaders will help me to dissect it and say it in many ways, but at least I know if you got the message and where we are today and what we are preparing for. Okay, so don't tell me soft launch, don't tell me hard launch, don't tell me over medium launch. Okay, it's launching, it's already launching. Okay, but you don't want to, fly a little bit, then break your neck. We don't want to do that. So we're doing it perfectly. Everything is on time. There will be a mega event this year, okay, other than the couple that I mentioned, okay, and that would be a ceremony for and a celebration for our accomplishment. If you didn't get it, it's totally fine. You would have to spend a couple of years with me to understand me. But the good news on Passive 360 is after tomorrow. There will be also Ron and Lynn on Friday. There will be Julia and Milo. There will be, the Caribbean. There will be, you cannot, Indian webinars all across. There's PNG. There is, I'm having a hard time to catch up with. You guys need to slow down on me. You finish with Chris Johnson, then, Daryl Cook pops up there. You finish with him, then, okay, come on, give me a break. I need to work. Thank God to the earbud. So just while you work, you listen.
Thank you, Ash.
You're very welcome, Susie.
I just wanted to add something about that whole, you're talking about the YouTube and just the slander and all that. And what really hits me about that is prospective employees coming to your company. That's why I'm so glad that you're protecting the company that way, because it's not just the employees there now, which is vital to keep them feeling great about things, but people looking for employment. So
and they are taking better perspective. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
For the
so
public
we have to
image.
We have to have zero tolerance for that kind of crap.
No, it's over.
Right. So thank you for that.
Yeah, indeed. And I'm telling you, the people we have, they are more vigorous. Trust me. I'm not inventing anything. They just cannot put up with it anymore. So it will be done. And we have unlimited support and resources to whatever it takes. So let's see.
Wonderful. Would you what would you like to do next? Do you have to get back to things, or how would you?
Yeah, I want to just move on, but I don't know if Grossmender mentioned. So what we want to also start this month, May, in India. So we're going to go also domination in India. There will be founders going in all states to public spots, like, with the high traffic, central parks, etc. And at the same time, and we want to do the same live stream like we did in Dubai, but it will be 50 to 100 or a number of our founders from that city, from that state, gathering there with posters, flyers about ONPASSIVE, just spreading the message. And I proposed also some treats, whether it's cookie or sweets or drinks for the pedestrians. Okay, so I think the math is there. If you're talking about 100 founders, if each passes 10 to 100 flyers, 10,000 could be in a day, 10,000 flyers in one spot, 28 states. We're getting into 250,000 or so messages are being shared, to completely new people. So the numbers are there. And again, the branding and the holding that. And also we discussed today with the staff, we want to do more frequent activities for OBLESS in India, in the nation of India. And eventually we want to inspire other nations and other locations so they can do the same.
Sounds like Gersminder was hammering something there.
No, he's chopping food.
chopping food.
Onion.
I was just listening, Ash. Yeah, it's so much excitement what you told today, Ash, and regarding India, what we are planning actually over there in the month of May and coming months. But coming to your webinar today, Ash, I think you have said it all today. It's only up to our imagination what we want to think. But you, I think, laid a time frame. I must say that what's going to happen in coming weeks and coming months. Because working with ONPASSIVE from last 3.5 years, and whatever I think you have said today is like something is mind-boggling, because whatever we have thought, we always think that yes, ONPASSIVE is very big. We all know everything, but what you have today said, it's like 1,000% more than that. I can say that, and we just have to listen and understand the things, how it's getting made, and how it will be laid in the future. So I think we are so much positive for all these things, and we are already getting prepared for something big. And we have all understood that how ONPASSIVE is actually going for a bigger ride in future. And onto that, what our founders, they are also getting it. And with the sessions like this, I think, Ash, where you are like coming up with so much of information, no doubt, like we have to decode it, some of the information, and that is true. You can't say it like straightforward, but we are getting it right there. And now we are certainly planning so many things. We are excited, founders are excited, and onto that, in India, what we have discussed, I think in coming days, it's going to scale up more. Because our founder in India, when I shared that thing with them, they are so excited, Ash, and we have a group over there, and they have shared the pictures of those locations where they will be. And I think all our founders, they would love to see India as a whole, that what is India, and the pictures, location, and all, like our founders going all out. And I think everybody is going to love that event also. So get ready. We are so excited, Ash. And yeah, thank you very much for all what we are doing, sir.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And I hope I was able to keep my tone just as classic as possible, because sometimes you don't want to emphasize the message, or you don't want to magnify it. And, it's meant for those brains who get the message, as plain as possible. And then you echo your emotions on it. But this needed no excitement, no spicing up, no hype, nothing. It's what I shared with you will stay with you for the course of your life. There's some statements I said today will be in books, will be in every media modality.
Well, for me, Ash, the message was perfectly clear, right? It was perfectly clear, right? ONPASSIVE is like fine wine, right? Those who got in and decided to join us in 2018, about 10,000 or so, right? We were excited, right? And what we knew then, we were excited. And then when we got to 2019, it got even more excited with the additional information that came. And as the plan continued to roll out the next year, even more excitement. So that's why I say it's like fine wine. The older it gets, as we keep moving forward, ONPASSIVE keeps getting better and better and better. So I don't know about everyone who's listening right now, but I can tell you what we've heard today, it's just information to make things a little clearer for us, to get a greater understanding of how massive this is. But we've always been saying the same message, though. We've always been saying, got to think bigger. You got to think bigger, right? We're going to the top. We're at the top now. We're going to make a new top, right? And so everything that people had in mind, all of their dreams, all of their hopes, all those things are going to become a reality. That's what they should take away from today, is that whatever you thought in your mind, as to what your dreams are, were going to be, all of that, right? People just have to understand that, yes, it is a done deal. It is a done deal. There should be no questions. There should be no, no. Continue to be excited. Continue to let that fire burn, because folks, it's getting closer and closer and closer than you think. It's getting closer and closer and closer than you think. We're not years away from our dreams becoming a reality. That's not the case at all. We are
Michael, in my mind, is done. Is done. We're talking about the events. So
yeah. And that's just to
I love the analogy. I love what you said. It does get better as we go.
That's to bring it out, Ash, right? The events are to bring it out, right? The movement's already started. You have to have the branding. If people don't understand marketing and how to make sales, you have to, it's so important. Like you said, in order to create wealth, you need to have a brand, a recognizable brand, right? And that's exactly what's happening, folks, right? The branding has started, right? What comes after that, right? You mix in advertisement, you mix in marketing, okay? And like you said, the outcome is domination. And that's exactly what's going to happen with ONPASSIVE. The fact that we are founders, the fact that we are, have the ability to come along for the journey, come on, folks, what more do you need? This is it, because there'll never be any other opportunity in your lifetime. Never, ever, ever. Any opportunity in your lifetime that will come close, not even close to ONPASSIVE. So just savor the moment, continue to enjoy the journey, because like I said, your dreams will
while it lasts.
Well, it's funny, Ash. I mean, on the way driving down to where I am now, okay, I had planned to be at a certain time, okay? And then guess what? Along the way, it starts to rain, right? Now, I didn't know it was going to rain along the way, because driving out, everything seemed clear, okay? So guess what now? I can't continue at the same speed. I have to slow down, right? So that means I'm not going to get to my end point the same time that I planned. But guess what? I still ended up here. I still arrived. You understand me? That's ONPASSIVE, folks. There's going to be things along the way that makes us have to maybe slow down a bit, maybe speed up a bit, change direction. But at the end of the day, we're getting to the end goal, what we set out to in the beginning. That's ONPASSIVE.
All right. There's a saying, Michael, for everybody. I want, you want, but what happens is only what God's want.
Well, there you go. There you go. And there's nothing about what ONPASSIVE is that's against what God wants. There's nothing. There's nothing about ONPASSIVE that is against what God wants. No doubt about that in my mind. It's crystal clear where that is concerned. Crystal clear. There's no doubt about that.
We're truly blessed indeed in every way.
The journey is a blessing, Ash. The journey is a blessing. Again,
I wouldn't trade it for the billions. The journey, the connectivity and the connectiveness with our founders and leaders and all of that. Like, they're people like literally better than family.
Yeah.
Mark my words. Like, they're better than family.
That's why we have to enjoy the journey, right? I've never been in another business where it was like this, where you had, the relationships. Not like this, Ash. No, right? So, and that's what we talk about ONPASSIVE, being, AI with an art, right? Like, come on, folks. Like, it doesn't get better than this. It really doesn't. It does not get better than this. There's no other place that I would rather be. None whatsoever. Not at all.
I hope you would make it next Saturday on the last display in April.
Well, we'll talk about that one.
It's watching TV. So I wonder, like, whoever is an Apple fan, like if you use iPhone or Mac, if Apple comes up with a TV, would you analyze it or would you just jump?
Yeah,
I would jump. I would jump.
Right?
I would jump.
Brand, right, Susie?
65, 75 inches, Apple TV.
I
Jump
would-
because of the brand.
The brand. Now,
Yeah.
what if ONPASSIVE comes up with the first wireless, powerless TV?
I'll just grab it, Ash. I'll just grab it
Jump.
without thinking twice.
And we only know 10% is what you're telling us, Ash. We only know.
I was generous.
You were generous, so maybe about 8.
We
I
don't
doubt
Come
it.
on.
I doubt it.
Come on. 5?
Oh. Right? We don't know what we don't know.
That's right. Isn't this fun?
Yeah, it's true. It's a true statement.
I love how you use the word fun up the Burj Khalifa.
Fun, yeah.
Fun.
Beautiful.
You had that word on there.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, have fun. Yeah.
What fun this is.
And love
So-
and unity. We put it there.
Could you describe that TV one more time?
I think Susie's looking for.
Yeah, looking for a new TV, Ash. What you got up your sleeve? Powerless.
Enjoying the ride. I hope founders don't kill me though. I feel like this should just keep going, should continue, never end. That's how much I'm enjoying it, right? Not that I don't need money, I do, like, don't get me wrong, but this is a moment that will soon pass. And I wish I could just capture it and just hold it and hang on to it, right? I'm savoring the moment. And as far as I'm concerned, we had a lot of good news today, right?
So based on what you heard, are you going to expand your thinking and maximize your dreams?
Oh yes, based on what I heard, I don't know if I will be able to sleep tonight. You see, because I know sometimes when Ash speaks, you know, you got to think a little bit, but I get it. And I understand where he's coming from, and I understand where we're going.
I'm not only talking to you, Charles, right? It's different. When I talk to you directly, it's different, okay? You know how clear I can be.
Exactly.
But
we're
I'm
in good
talking
hands.
to the world. Lovers, haters, all of them. So you want to deliver, but you're limited with what you can do. So I'm curious about the Angie. Are you gonna think bigger, dream bigger?
Definitely. Every time you speak, it needs a lot of time to realize what you say between the words, what is slang behind the message behind, and it needs hours, sometimes nights or days, to realize what you really said. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. If you tell me, maybe I know better. Like, what did you get between the lines? I don't want to assume.
Something very giant, and even giant is not the right word. You know?
What did you get between the lines, Len Nakamoto?
I think that there's a lot of stuff that's coming up that we have no idea what is going to happen. Like when you just alluded to the powerless, cordless television, I'm like, what? You know? So I think you're kind of like giving us hints here and there.
That's one example. I
Yes,
said bigger
I
than
know.
that.
I know. I'm like, that's already big to me, that one little example. But just imagine what is coming up that you cannot share with us until the time is right. It's mind-blowing, Ash. Very mind-blowing.
Remember what Red said before. I don't say it until it's done.
So we have to learn to be patient and know that you're going to tell us when the time is right.
But what we do know, though, is that we are part of something that is life-changing. Like, that is massive, folks. Like, you get to leave your name in history, right? You get to leave your name on something that made an actual difference, right? An actual difference on the planet. That's what he said, right? We are part of something that will make an actual difference, meaning a positive change, right?
Physical change.
Yeah. right? Well, I say positive because it's, you could have a negative impact.
Well,
right?
no, physical positive. We're not going to bomb the planet, right? Okay, so we're physical change, visible.
Yeah. So come on, like where else can I go to get that opportunity? Like where else to be a part of something like that, right? I always tell you, for me, it's business as usual. Why? Because I'm already sold. I am in. I've locked arms with you, with all the founders. We are taking this thing to heights that have never been done before, right? To be able to have such a dramatic impact on so many people. It's not like, again, there's been companies that made a difference in a few people's lives, right? There's been companies that made a difference indirectly in a lot of people's lives. But here, you're going to make a direct impact on people, right? I don't know. There isn't enough words to go around, Ash. There just isn't.
Beautiful. I'm loving
Ash,
it.
you said reshape the planet physically.
Physically, underline
Physically, yeah.
Yeah. And if we're going to, I hope we don't have to clarify positively every time. I mean, come on. We don't have to clarify that. Yes.
Ash, I think the most important thing that you said, which is a lot of things, but what caught my attention and then answered every question that I thought I had, we will become the school and not the student. And man, that is so broad. In other words, the technology of ONPASSIVE will be the teacher of many things years to come. And that's how I read that. And that's really all I needed to hear today. And I thought that was a pretty amazing statement.
Yeah, we're the demonstrators. We will be the followed and the hunted.
Okay, here's the thing. When you hear
what happened?
When you hear things and your body react to it that you can't control, and this is what's happening right now for me, right? It doesn't need for you to really see it. Just based on just watching you and what you said and what, I mean, there's no dots to connect because you can't connect those dots. But your body is like literally reacting to it. Like it really truly has to bring me back to, and I'm sorry I mentioned this a little bit in the religious way for me, is when I'm a Catholic. So, when I receive the communion and then it touches you, you feel like you become one with whatever that you receive. And your bodies react to it, your tears, your heart is beating. This is what I'm experiencing right now of what you just shared. And I don't think anyone could explain it. And I don't think I can have a word to explain it.
But is it a pleasant feeling or how is it?
It's a blessing. It's overwhelming blessings where you cannot feel it. I mean, like, there's no way you could explain it. Like, I'm shaking and I'm like, tears. I cannot explain that feelings right now. And yes, do I understand ONPASSIVE? Yes, I understand what I can understand on the wisdom that I received. But do I know what it is? I think 10% what you're saying is very generous. I think there's only probably 2 to 5% that we can understand. And that's a part where I said, things that you hear, things that you see, things that you witness right now, it's unexplainable. It's unexplainable. All you got to do is you have to really open up and asking whoever that is, your creators, to give you that wisdom for you to be able to understand it, and then receiving it. And it's unexplainable. There's no words. There's no words. And the way how your body reacts to what you heard. And I'm hoping that everyone who heard what Mr. Ash Mufareh is saying I do hope that you are thinking bigger than just a founder position, just where you are today. Remember, this is so much bigger than any one of us. And Mr. Ashton Mufareh has many times saying he can't even stop it, right? So just truly listen to your body, I guess, your mind, your heart, and see how it tells you. And just, you know, just whatever
Up it, Marty.
just pray for the wisdom for you can actually feel it. So
You know, Julie, if you enable engineer Muhammad Kamal, he just wrote me something. I wouldn't say it unless he would share it with you what he just told me.
I will. I'm doing it right now.
If he's around, I'm not sure.
Yes.
Yes, I love the about restructuring it so it doesn't smell like an MLM.
Yeah, I mean, you can say what you say, but like, why do you have a table? Why do you see level 15?
Right.
And you know, and you know, our beloved founders always manage to go the extra mile and spoil it. Like, oh, I have 50,000 in my team. They feel entitlement, and you know that. So we want to cut that off. Like, so it doesn't. You know, it shouldn't give you any superiority on anyone else.
I think Mohammed's here.
And they have that. If he wanted, yeah, maybe I'm not sure if he's available, but
There
take
he
it away.
is.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.
I was trying to change my background, but it is not.
The top, keep it the top. You are at the top. Yeah, it's beautiful. Good to see you. So you just text me. I'm looking at that. What you said about Julie. You want to read it?
Yes, you can.
No, you read it.
I will read it. Okay. I said to Mr. Ash.
You say one thing and I would continue.
Okay. If Julie will know, or if they will know what's coming,
Julie will never stop crying and shaking.
Yes. Because really the webinar was fantastic, and guys, it's beyond your imagination. What will come? You never ever coming to your imagination.
Now we have another crazy guy. You thought I'm the only one in town.
So this is the maximum I can say. So it's more, no more words about this.
You know what though, Mohammed?
A second opinion always makes it official.
Well, to tell you the truth, I have always known that I cannot get my head wrapped around what is about to come. Because if you really think about it, there's no way to get your head wrapped around it. And even when it's done, when we finally get there, more is going to be coming, right? So I want to say we just take it as it comes. And I love the surprises, right? I love the surprises. I'm enjoying the ride. I'm looking forward to that weekend of May 28th. And after that, I'm going to be looking forward to around mid-June, right? Just soak it all in as they come around. That's all. And I know, like Michael always says, it is a done deal. Yeah, it is a done deal. Okay, whether it's next week, next month, next 6 months, it is a done deal. And I'm at peace, and I hope and wish every other founder could feel the same way.
Do you want to go further, like, you know, just like, okay, we're open, go, purchase, done? Bypassing Dubai, Burj Khalifa, what's coming in India, another location, or you want to see that and feel the fun and the experience?
The experience is invaluable. You can't even put a price to it.
We just saw a physical reaction to Julie. And I think this is the walk away from today. It's cute, by the way. I don't know how you take it, but if they know what's coming, or what if they know what's coming? Julie will never stop crying in a good way.
I'm working on it. It's physical reaction.
So we have to practice. We have to practice. We have to break it down.
In fact, Maddie is speechless.
I thought his brain exploded.
That's how good this is.
No, truthfully, I mean, I'm an average smart guy, but I tell you what, I don't have the vocabulary to say what I feel. So I just better off not saying nothing.
Take away one letter.
Yeah, but I think you have a distinguished insect in a way, which instinct, like you know what I mean when I say things. So you understand behind the words.
He can decipher crazy, right, Ash?
I purchased my Ash Decipher ring 3
Yeah.
years ago. Yeah.
So Red made it to Spain. All good.
He was here, Ash.
Okay.
He was on for a little bit, yeah,
He was on for most of it.
most of it. So it's gonna be a hot summer?
Fun,
What-
fun, hot,
hot summer.
fun and hot.
You know, it's like you know how certain songs, I think I understand how Julie feels like, you know, she's overcome by things, and it's almost like when you hear a song that has a lot of meaning to it, and it's not necessarily all the word, it's a combination of things that gets inside you. And I think every time we have more of these webinars and you show us more things, I think it's like hearing that ONPASSIVE song, and it's just in your blood, and you know, the hair on my arm stands up and I get excited. And I think that's kind of what you're saying, Julie, in a way. It's overcoming you.
Do you have a better understanding about our pay structure today after what you heard?
Oh,
mathematically?
Yes. Well, yeah. But like
Do you have a
you've
better
said,
understanding about the scope of the launching process, timeline wise?
yes, but remember, Ash, you've said a long time ago about the pay structure. You always said you don't necessarily need to know the recipe. Just know that it's delicious.
It's delicious, yep.
Yeah,
there you go.
So
We just said that, yep. You're right.
And so, yeah, I think I personally I kind of had things in my mind, but it's a little bit clearer now. Yeah, it's all good.
You know what I always say, Ash, about the pay structure? Like some founders ask me, but what is our compensation plan, right? And I say, we are not an MLM, right? When you know what you're gonna get after every sale, or what commissions you get, or what your tree level or genealogy, all that is tied to MLM, and we are not that. Look at the employees in Facebook or Google, right? What is the compensation plan of Google, right? Or Facebook or Microsoft? That's a regular company, right? So you don't go out publish your compensation plan. We have a hybrid system that is unique to ONPASSIVE, okay? But we don't have to have a compensation plan like all the other MLMs. So we are in good shape. We have a CEO who is generous. The plan he's promised is the most generous you can find. That's good enough, okay? For what we pay coming in, just that little token, skin in the game, and what we are promised, what we know we're gonna get month after month after month after year forever, you can't beat that. I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't lose sleep on that. It's just the bottom line.
But if we were like everybody else, Charles, then what would happen? We're going to fail like everybody else.
Exactly.
We would have been gone a long time ago.
Yeah. Right. So we have to be different. Right. We have to put something in place where everyone succeeds, not 1 or 2 or 10 or like everyone. Like that's what people have to get. Everyone will succeed. Not maybe, not if. Everyone. Right. So like from that, to me, that's all you need to know. This business is driven by customers. The more customers I have, guess what? The more money I make, right? So it was said that it could be your effort, the company's effort, a combination of both, like all these things. Talk about multiple income stream. Come on, folks. Everything that we need for success is in ONPASSIVE, period.
I've talked about MLM before and why it doesn't work. Okay, so trust me, if it works, I'll be the first in line. It doesn't work. Okay. First of all, you got a lot of legal challenges. Okay. It just, that model is questionable. So right there, it's probably enough. I don't want to go beyond that. But mathematically and the leverage aspect of it, it's never fair. It's either you have the step up, okay, process. Either you have the cycler, so you have qualifying sales. So there's a sale that you make, but you didn't get paid for it. It's a qualifying sale, okay? Or that it goes, it passes up to your sponsor, or every other one. Or let's say it's too shallow, like 2, 3 levels, or 5 levels, or even 10 levels. But it's not a perfect mathematical structure to it. So for those reasons, mathematically, the fairness and the legal challenge is just not a viable model. For that, we just clearly want to stay away from it. We want something that is sustainable, that is more fair, that is mathematically viable and tangible, okay, not just on papers, and that will be a lifelong. It's all about sustainability.
And did you say unlimited income? Did you not say that? Isn't that part of the plan?
I wouldn't do anything that is unlimited. So I wouldn't, provide a business model that I wouldn't do. It's like you've heard the chef that I wouldn't feed you something I wouldn't eat. I'm sure Red would agree with me. So I wouldn't feed you something I wouldn't eat.
Right.
Ash, I think this afternoon has been absolutely phenomenal. And the information that you have given, if people have really listened to your words, may take a little time to digest and to fully understand the scope and the breadth of what you are giving us, because you are giving this to us.
Yeah.
A couple of big things to be aware of. One is that the business model of ONPASSIVE, and we've talked about this before, is what's going to be studied in the business schools in the future. Exactly what you have created, the different levels, as you mentioned today. Absolutely. And the business schools are observing and watching this, and everybody that you've approached, and everybody who looks at a company in the near future as they follow this and the history of what you've created will make special markings in their curriculum, in their educational platforms to show the new model and when it started. The other takeaway that some will have is the absolute incredible statement that you have made today of distancing ONPASSIVE from the MLM. And I know that this is a big topic, but you've always said from the beginning, we are not an MLM. Today, however, you have now proved it by completely disengaging, completely separating pay structure, everything about it, the value of what this is. We have
downline, upline.
We have got customers. That's right. It's customers and commissions. It's not
sales.
The other aspect of what the other do. The other thing too is that intuition and choices have brought founders to ONPASSIVE. And the founders have to realize that it is their responsibility of how they got here. So for them to understand or not that this is their business and moving forward, they do need to engage to understand what this is all about. And the research that I've been doing with companies to look for good fit maybe for Obless and some of the other aspects and talking to people, On average, companies of quality integrity do not just appear overnight. It does take time for them to go from research and development into the actual public and productive stage to the global platform. So ONPASSIVE is not beyond any of these limits at all. In fact, it is well within the limits of what goes on out there in what other people refer to as the real world. Fear is what is making people be so concerned about what is happening and why we have not launched. We have to be responsible for ourselves. We made choices in our lives to get to the point financially, socially, relationship-wise where we are. We've made choices to be part of ONPASSIVE, and we still have a choice to stay with ONPASSIVE or to leave if this is not what we are looking for and think it is. Personally, I'm staying. I believe in you, Ash. I'm grateful to you. I thank you for what creating for me and for the world. And I'm very blessed to be part of this. And I thank you for what you're doing.
We had a discussion about the definition of launching. You could define launching. You could have a hot dog cart in downtown Manhattan and say you're launching your business. And when, you know, whatever it takes, and you can do that. And you can have an email series of letters, like, you know, 3-4 pieces, line them up, and you want to send them to your customers, and you can say, I just launched my campaign. It's a launch. So is it the same for when you actually work for several years on a reusable Falcon Heavy 3 boosters? It's not the same launch. What goes in preparation and what entails of safety and security and all the different measures. So when we're talking about something of the magnitude of ONPASSIVE, we are launching. So the point we are in now, the milestone where we are today, it hasn't been reached by so many companies that launched much earlier in the process. They didn't get to the legality aspect. They didn't get to the papers, the documents. They didn't get to the proper staffing, you know, 1 or 2 guys or no guys, just the winner. They didn't get to the product creation. They didn't get to the culture. They didn't get to the founders or the customers base establishment, to the branding, to the where we are today. If you combine the last 20,000 so-called launches, and I'm not talking about the companies who made it, but those who launched, but like they didn't show up the next day. Whatever they did combine, 20,000 of them combine what they've done. We have surpassed that up until now. Is that a launch? That's 20,000 launches. What size of launch are we talking about? What's the definition of launch? Is it the ceremony? Is it popping balloons? Or is it the accomplishment and the trust of the business model and sustainability of it? Launching and take a guess, or let's say cross fingers and see what happens tomorrow. So I really want to kind of refuse and reject the topic of when launch and all of that, because in my dictionary, we are launching, and it's a long process. It takes more than one step, and we are doing the proper right things to be a lifelong company and more of a movement than just a traditional transactional business. So I just want to refuse launching, not launching, all of that. We launched O-Founders in December 2018. That platform alone, it just, okay, you could call it ONPASSIVE, and it's been launched. and continue adding every year, add a product. Hey, every 5 years, add a product. How many products did Facebook add? It's one single thing. It's not even a product. It's just a platform. Did they come up with a new thing every month? Every week? So we are launching, and it is not one activity. It's a load of actions that we have to take. So if no one else has to comment anything, Julie or Susie, it's all yours. And
yeah, sure. I just wanted to say, I look at it like a dance. It's a launch dance. It's like there's different moves, there's different steps. We're having fun. Go with the flow. It gets better as you go. It gets better as you go. You pick it up a little, and then everyone starts dancing. So I look at it as
limping in the beginning, right? Yeah.
Don't want to pull any muscles.
Yeah, Asher, I do want to say one thing. You know, if a lot of times people come to me, I guess many other people, and they'll see something different in the back office, and they go, "Did you see this?" And I go, "Well, in most cases, I go, yeah." What do you think? I said, "I don't." "What do you mean?" I don't care." "You don't care if all this is?" "No." "Why?" "I trust the company. I trust Ash. And I promise you, I don't care."
We will only do what's
right. So that's why I don't care.
In your interest.
And the other problem with the launch thing and this and that, everybody in this company can only go by where they've been. They talk about where they've been because they've never been here before. So all their terminology is, "Well, we used to do this, and this is the way I've always seen it." Wake up, everybody. This is ONPASSIVE. It's nothing like you've ever seen.
Exactly.
Let all that go.
It's a little bit of what the perception that Susie talked about, the staff, or Robin talked about, you know, how we're conditioned to the concept of MLM, and in line with what they both said, technically it just the mindset, and that is not my business. I cannot go there. I cannot do my work there. I can tell you what we are and what we're doing and what we will do. I cannot tell you what you hoped for, what you wish it was. I cannot tell you what do you understand. That is your part, okay? Or what we're not. That's not my business, okay? We're not a million things. We're not a billion things. I just can tell you what we are.
Mr. Ash, I'd like to emphasize a couple of things that you've said. But before I start saying that, I want to thank all the staff in Hyderabad for all the wonderful things that they do. And just like your opening statement when you says sleepless nights in Dubai, led by Engineer Mohammed Kamal, we appreciate you, brother, and all the team in Dubai. Thank you so much. This is like beyond imagination. You know, I wanted to emphasize something so people doesn't twist it. Some of the words that you've mentioned. You said with paid subscriptions, you guaranteed visitors, not income. Just want to make sure that people understand that, because they don't sometimes just say guaranteed and they think, you know, profit. And also another thing that Mr. Ash
and no mathematical projection whatsoever. No mathematical, never.
Correct. And another thing that you've mentioned that you like us to refrain from saying that the subscription would be $300, no more. So that would be less than that. It would be affordable price.
It's undecided.
And it's not determined yet. Correct. And lastly, you said one thing that I'm sure everybody will be happy about that. Everyone will be on the green from day one. That's amazing. Thank you so much for everything that you do. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I honestly wanted to say this. For right now, we have over 8,000 people, but there's 1.3 million people that are founders in ONPASSIVE, and they are not here to say the appreciation What Peter just said was literally what I wanted to say also, but I also wanted to emphasize the fact that there are so many people that watching this and wanted to express their appreciation to you, Mr. Ash Mufareh, and Mohammed Kamal also here. So on behalf of everyone who sent me messages and behalf of all the founders who are not here today, I just want to say thank you for all that you do. And thank you for every staff member, anyone that behind ONPASSIVE. We truly appreciate this blessing, this gift of life that you are giving to all of us, because you made that decision. I don't know when you did, but when you made that decision and you focus on what you committed and what your purpose being on this earth to do it, you are 100,000% focused on what you're doing. So I just want to say thank you so much for everything that you are doing. And everyone Christine.
Yeah, Ash, if you'll give me 2 minutes, I wanted to share few things. Number one, I'm really excited about the May 28th event. Also, a lot of founders are going to research about Mercedes marketing. So I think that will be the top search keyword now. Next, the World Economic Forum says that the major problem of the world is climate change. So if when you said that you will reshape planet physically and it has to do something related to that, you don't know how many people are going to come, because that's a major problem. And if you have a solution for that, if we have a solution for that, something related to that, making it a better place, definitely a lot of people are going to come in. Next, thank you for clearing the part about the MLM, because I think a lot of people's attitude have been changing because of that, have changed because of that, and now they are looking on passive in the right way. So thank you very much for that. That was actually very much required. And as Peter Surur said, that like everybody is going to be green one day, the first day. That's the best thing, best thing. And Michael Williams also said that everyone is going to succeed. So wonderful things for that. And you also shared about laws of wealth, and we are meeting all those. So I hope the founders understand those laws of wealth. So thank you, Ash. Thank you very much. And the Indian campaign, Gusminder talked about, it is going great guns, and I'm sure you will see a very good event about that.
Definitely, we will stream it live together, and we will work. So we have the paid marketing from the company side, and in tandem with the founders. So all in all, I think we are in the right track in India, because that's where it's the most challenging market and troubling, we know, because of the background they've had and the mentality. But hopefully with what we're doing now, they will start having the proper perception. And speaking of that, everybody will come. That's why we're not worried about sales. It's just, we want to make sure we do the right work. I'm prepared. What if everybody comes? We have to have enough staff, equipments, preparation for that. It's done.